Welcome back to the coverage of YCS Rimini 2016. I'm joined now by Marcello.
Hi.
How did it go last round?
Pretty good. It was an impressive future match, so I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
Okay, it's good to hear. And I hope, of course, that you guys also had a good time listening in, and that we're going to be able to watch yet another exciting match in the upcoming round. So what we have here for you guys is our top 16 matchup. We can bring that up for you. There you go. That's our little bracket.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit hard to make out what we got in the corners. We just saw Emre Kitsilates advance to the top 16. He's on the right-hand side, in the middle of the screen, basically. Other players in the top 16, Umut Serin, who kicked out the Cyber Angels.
Yeah.
So one of the rogue decks out of the field suddenly. Nico Schlierkamp, Burning Abyss. He's now playing against Umut, of course.
Yeah. Also, Minikotsi lost, and so the course is still up.
Yeah.
Went 10-0 and unfortunately lost.
I promised you, yes.
Yeah.
The 32nd player is always going to advance. Alessandro Longo with Burning Abyss going up against Leonard Lena. We don't actually know his deck. And then the third match is the one that we're going to take a very close look at now. Stefano Memoli, a former European champion. So he's also a former World Championship competitor. He went quite far in the World Championship, right?
He went second place.
Second place. That's
2012, yeah.
It's as far as you can get without winning.
Yeah.
And he's going up against Alexandru Neag, who is playing Pendulum from Romania. You know Alexandru?
Yeah, I know both players pretty well. So they are both good guys, and like they are pretty good at the game. So
Yeah.
I think Alexandru played the Pendulum for a lot of events, so he's really experienced with it.
Right.
But he's not gonna be happy to discover the Memoli. He's playing Kozmo.
Right.
So
Which is so you're saying that the matchup basically favors Stefano?
Yeah. Stefano is surely on the advantage for matchups because the new decks focused on Kirin. We said that also in the previous feature match, and Kirin is not really good against Kozmo because you cannot target their monsters.
Right.
So, and especially Stefano is playing the Demise version, so a lot of traps, a lot of disruption. Yeah, so
exactly. All right, guys. Well, let's not keep you waiting. Let's take you to the table where these two guys are getting ready, and then we're going to continue with our top 16 feature match. Right, we played a little bit of a traveling salesman game, where with both players having to switch place. Now they are sitting in the right spot. Stefano on the left, Alexandru on the right.
Exactly.
Okay.
As I said, both really good guys, good sponsorship. We see the handshake. So
Yeah, that's true.
okay. So yeah, for we were talking about the deck real quick, and I mean the Pendulum deck seems really standard. He has the Pot of Desires, which are really good at late addition to the deck.
Right.
And something surprising is that I know is Stefano is also playing Pot of Desires, and
Right, and
not many people play in Kozmo. So
But he, it seems to serve him well, of course,
yeah,
if he made it to the top
he
16.
did. What he said basically is, I'm gonna add a few more monsters to the deck, so second farm girl and a few more monsters, and I'm just gonna play it because it's such a good card. I want the +1. He is playing for 10 years, so he knows what a +1 is, like how to deserve it. So
He was playing in a time when Pot of Greed was the best card in the game.
So
Yeah.
And he
What do you
does.
think about this theory of sorts that the Pot of Desires is like a -9?
Yeah, I briefly talked with Luke about it. I'm definitely not a fan of that theory.
Okay.
The card is really good, but you have to know how to play it. And for Stefano, he does start with it, and he just, as I said, he adjusted his list, so now he can play it.
Right. Okay, he follows it up with the Pot of Duality.
Yeah.
All the pots.
And he refused Tinkan, which is, I mean, he
That's
has it.
something, yeah.
Yeah, he has it already, and that's really good. So that's all you want to do with the card. You
Really-
already.
Really good start from Stefano. Also, like very diverse hand. He's got lots of
Yeah.
options here.
It's kind of unfortunate that he drew both the farm girls because he has the card of Demise, but he's only really gonna use it for a one. So I expect him maybe to hold it. I don't know. We'll see how he wants to play it out. So
All right. That's his opening.
yeah, he does not use it. He's using it as a bluff set card.
What do you think about Alexandru's opening hand?
Well, the double Sky Iris is of course not really good, but I mean he is still, let's say, not really. We only see basically 4 cards which are free because of
Yeah.
that, because he has Upstart Goblin too. So we
These
just gotta wait to say more about it. But this is
two more options to get a new card.
doesn't really get the good one, but I'm surprised he didn't get the Sleep Rider, which actually lets me to think that he removed all 3 copies. I'm pretty sure that's
Oh.
what happened. Like I can bet on it.
Right. Did he check his banished cards?
I think he did for sure, but
Okay.
his opponent is not able to, of course.
Yeah, of
and-
course. No, I mean Stefano.
Yeah, no, he didn't.
Is there a reason why you wouldn't check them?
I mean, I talked to as well in the last feature that it happened to me. My opponent in this tournament used it,
Yeah.
didn't check it, then played Terraforming, and all Sky Iris were banished. So he
Oh.
had to show me his entire deck also to see what was missing.
So you were recommending
You
to
definitely gotta
search
see
them,
it,
to check
I
them.
mean-
Yeah, that's a pretty good reason. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, something actually. He might have a Sleep Rider, to be honest, now that I think better about it, because he has Cosmojo. So Landwalker is okay, because he's a Cosmo monster that is able to summon Sleep Rider from the deck if used with Cosmojo. But let's see. If he really got rid of all, that's not really good for him.
Right. So this is Stefano's field. The Tin Cannon from
Yeah.
the Call of the Haunted, Cosmo
Then,
Pot of
yeah.
Demise. And he's got 3 more cards in hand.
Yeah.
2 Farm Girl, like you said, not the best cards that he could draw here.
Alexandru just got a little better with the Upstart Goblin. He has a Mystical Space Typhoon, which always helps in this matchup. So they have to play it out. As I said, here he's gonna.
It's too early to tell, yeah.
He's gonna surely chain the Mystical Space Typhoon, I expect. So, and I am 100% sure now that he has more Sleep Riders. Otherwise, he wouldn't use this Call of the Hunted on the Destroyer. Wow, Alexandru didn't use the Typhoon.
It's definitely odd.
Wow.
What is he thinking here? Is there another line of plays?
I mean, I mean, it's not bad because he has a second copy of Sky Iris. So basically, he's saying, I want my opponent to destroy it, so I can use a second one.
Right.
So he gets that. But I mean, that's a good Fury. So yeah, in fact, he's not gonna be happy with it, Stefano. But unfortunately, the other one back row is Cosmojo, which is not really affected by a Mystical Space Typhoon, and the other one is not a back row. So
Yeah. So maybe he was thinking there's another card like call
Yeah.
that he could counter.
But this will be really bad for Alexandru.
Right.
Because as I said, now, okay, sure, you have the not random Mystical Space Typhoon, which is hated by a lot of players, but it's not really good now. So
Yeah,
he's
well,
going to see the Demise, and
he does play it, and yeah, it's just a 1-for-1 trade. And not
Sleep Rider is able to be used. Both Iris are gone. And now he's basically just left with Sorcery to Pendulum Summon. That's all he has to do.
yeah.
He's gonna use the Unicorn, Pendulum Summon the Sorcerer, and try to get back into the game.
So this is looking really good for Stefano at the moment.
I think
Sounds like a yes and noing.
it's actually a yes and no, because Alexandru is probably really sad about this. But if we look at Stefano end, he doesn't have anything.
Yeah.
He has double Farm Girl, so those Tinkens are actually completely armless. So I think what will happen is the Alexandru is gonna Pendulum summon, add the Joker from the deck, normal summon it, try to attack both, and will be really surprised by no chains.
Yeah.
So that's really a big deal.
All right. So far, your predictions are good. There we see the sorcerer.
Mhm.
And now Stefano seems to make it look like he might have a
Yeah,
response.
Stefano is actually, I can say, a god of bluff.
Yeah.
In the last round, he was playing against Blue Eyes. He didn't really have much going on, but he had, how's it called, Drowning Mirror first.
Right.
And so he was really, really sad expression. He was bluffing so much, and his opponent summoned 3 big Blue Eyes monsters, attacked, and drowning. So that was huge.
Oh my god. He's kind of known for that.
Yeah,
That's-
he actually
it's
is known,
definitely true.
yeah.
Yeah, he's a good actor. He's a good actor.
Yeah, no surprise here, as I said. He doesn't play the Lizard, I think. Yeah, he doesn't. So Stefano here, as I said, another time, little bluff. Let's say he told him, yeah, go ahead, use Monkey Board if you want, search it. So he's kind of playing with him, trying to.
How much of a difference does it make,
Yeah.
really?
I mean,
Every now and then.
it depends. I mean, as I said, Alexandro is surely doesn't have the same experience as Stefano, but he's also played in the top card multiple times. So
Right.
it probably doesn't make that much of a difference, but against other player it does, surely does.
Mm. Okay, here we have the
Yeah.
the bluff, so to speak,
Yeah.
trying to make it seem like he's gonna
And,
special summon something.
That's not gonna be good.
Yeah, that pilot is not
He
gonna
has
fly.
though the Landwalker, which is an okay card because it protects the Tinkan. So unfortunately, though, there is not much to do. Let's say he can attack the other Tinkan and force the Landwalker to destroy itself. But if Stefano has another lady in the deck, that's really good because Alexandro right now can only use Castle to get rid of those, and if lady is there, that's a problem.
Right.
He does attack. It all comes down to the Pot of Desires, so.
Right. It's again kind of too early to tell
Mhm.
how this match is
He
gonna
does
go.
remove it. Let's see what he gets. Is there anything? Yeah, lady's there. Okay.
So we're in business.
Yeah, I can also play other. Oh wow, he actually has a lot of monsters in the deck still. So.
Not too bad, I guess. You agree with
Yeah,
that
yeah.
play or not?
Yeah, yeah, you know, as I said before, if he had lady, surely he would have summoned it. So
Yeah.
definitely a correct play.
All right.
Because now there are no XYZs that can actually contest it really good. Like,
So what's gonna be next for Alexandru here? What is he gonna do?
he's just developing his resources, so he's surely gonna use the odd dice before the end phase to probably get anything from Raccoon to Eccentric Archfiend. So we will see what he wants to do. But the only thing he can do if he really wants is making Rebellion. I wouldn't. I would just keep the resources on field. Pendulum monsters, of course, come back every
They
turn.
come back,
so
yeah.
Why would you?
That's true.
And that's what he does, yeah. Let's see what he prefers. I think Eccentric, yeah.
Seems like a solid choice.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
like you said, they're both experienced and they
Mhm.
are in the top 16 for a reason.
Yeah. So now, double Farm Girl is not the best. He needs something solid from the top of his deck.
What is the ideal card to draw here?
Could be Kozmo Town, probably. That's a good one. Because
So
you
you
can
can-
shuffle back the
yeah.
Farm Girls and add back anything else. He doesn't get it though. Sleep Rider though is actually pretty good. That's really good. Because he can stop the only play Alexandra has at the moment, which is Monkey Board. So that's not a bad draw. Not ideal, but
Yeah,
I mean-
you already learned about the not ideal.
yeah.
That was pretty quick. Alright, so there's an attack.
Hmm.
No surprises.
Yeah. Again, this is a matter of bluffs. Again, basically, this farm girl was and the sleep rider draw was just an okay draw,
Mm-hmm.
but he can only skip the battle phase because if Alexandru is smart, he's just gonna force the attack. So sleep rider doesn't kill the monkey board.
Right. Of course, Stefano knows what
Mhm.
Alexandru has, so he can.
The Radish Shores, though, is a really fun card. No one played before. He's like really recent. He lets you summon it if your opponent controls more monster than you. And oh wow, that's definitely
It's really good for Stefano.
yeah.
Really, really good. Yeah.
This I'm pretty certain this was because of his bluff. Let's say
Yeah.
he could get this advantage.
That his opponent thinks he
He did draw the
doesn't
right
have
scale.
anything.
Stefano doesn't know it. I'm pretty sure. That's like what this is this card.
This
But
is
yeah.
kind of.
It is still good for Alexandru. I mean,
Perform Paul has like a couple of these monsters
yeah,
that are not great on their own, but they can fill a certain role in
yeah.
the deck.
They have their own twist, which is pretty good. And what I think can happen here is probably game actually, because you can go into the Utopia Beyond
Mhm.
and make all his opponent go to 0 attack, and no dice does double damage. So that's 5,000 already. So wow.
Talk about
Well, no, I
big
cannot
swing.
special summon it though. Sorry, yeah, I didn't see because it's scale 7. I saw it on the field, but yeah, he cannot
Right.
bring it out. So
So maybe not just
yeah,
yet.
change of plans. The Beyond is still okay, but probably not the correct play. But against Kozmo, one of the best plays you can do is Beyond and Dweller. But in this particular case, I don't think that's that good.
Right. So he's just doing normal attacks, it seems, or
No, I wouldn't
No.
think so. He's just,
he's
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure what is happening if he's using an effect or attacking. Ah, the Radish Shores effect is coming in.
in any.
Yeah, the Radish Shores.
Yeah.
So he just entered the battle phase.
All right. Gets rid of that.
He's then gonna use Kirin to get rid of Sleep Rider, and that's a good position to be in.
Yeah, certainly. So that was the first bigger swing in this game. Stefano Memoli now falling to 6,000 LP. Just a double check, it seems, with our volunteers as well, who are also like, "Oh, I'm not quite sure if I got this correctly, what happened there." The volunteers on the side. And once we got everything confirmed,
Yeah, basically just, as you said, there are certain performable cards which are less known. In this case, Radish Shores is not really known, and you can read the effect on screen for everyone, and it just reduced the attack of his opponent monsters. So
yeah,
that's really cool actually, because there are, I think, a lot of 20 maybe or more performable monsters, and they all have unique effects. So that's really, and all the cards searches them. So from time to time you will see new ones.
yeah. Here, so Stefano is left with just a farm girl in hand.
And the Sleep Rider from Kirin, but
Right.
that's not really much to work with.
Nope. He's gonna draw. Is there something that he can draw that helps him?
I think again, same story, the Kozmo Town, because Kozmo Town let him summon Destroyer, so no town, no party, I guess.
Doesn't look like he did draw it.
No, it doesn't look like
The farm girl, right?
Yeah, he wouldn't have summoned it if he had the Kozmo Town. Oh, Demise. That's so not really good. You can try to draw, but he doesn't have those drowning mirror force I was talking about in the main deck.
Right.
He only has them in the side deck, so we're not gonna see a drowning mirror force now.
So there's Kirin, and that, of course, concludes the first game for Alexandru Neag.
Yeah, I mean, the Radish Shores made it the difference.
Made a difference, yeah.
It actually did, because it was the correct scale.
It had a useful effect.
Yeah, and I mean, it really came up. As I said, Alexandru was basically on a rush. He didn't think much before activating the monkey board, and was, I mean, you can get lucky sometimes, and he got the right scale. So that was, I mean, when touch cards come in, that's cool.
Right.
So
Let's have a look at the
mhm.
side decks of these two guys. Stefano had done some back and forth, lots of tweaking
Yes,
of the side deck. We can see that because he was crossing out numbers and writing them
yeah,
down again. He ultimately settled on a side deck with just 5 different cards,
yes,
all in 3
maximum
copies.
copy.
Yeah, that's a strategy you can get behind, I guess.
Yeah, that's what acknowledges the players which are playing from, like, as I said, a lot of years, 10 years, tend to do that. I saw that other new, like most recent players
Yeah,
tend to play
just
single copies, but if you find that a card is that good, you want to play it in full copies. You want to see it. So that's the theory. And part of the size, of course, also make the difference because you can remove your copies.
right.
I
So
think,
yeah,
yeah,
one-offs are
yeah, yeah,
worse in such a deck.
exactly, in a
Yeah,
desired deck.
good point. So
Um,
what's going to come in here? We see
so
Maxi.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna side Maxi because he doesn't expect Alexandru to go into more than one special summon at a time.
Right.
But I definitely expect the drowning to come in,
Yeah.
so I want to see if he can bluff that and the twin twisters from Stefano.
Right.
And Alexandru on the other end is probably gonna side his own twin twisters and the typhoons as well, which want to get rid of possible anti-spell fragrance,
Yep.
which though surprisingly Stefano doesn't play. So
Yeah, but then again,
yeah, you cannot know.
Alexandru doesn't know.
Yeah,
Yeah. Sometimes you have to prepare for something that's not gonna end
yeah,
up showing up. He's playing 2 copies of Twin Twister and the Typhoon, as
yeah.
you mentioned.
He also can side in Kaiku,
Mm-hmm.
but I would expect him to side in only against Monarchs because he does stop the Kozmo effects from graveyard, but you still need to destroy them first, so
Yeah,
that's not so easy.
it's not helping in that regard.
Yeah, maybe you can see the Kaiju come in, so that would
Right.
be pretty interesting. And I found them okay in this deck as the Cyan Energy with Kirin.
Mm.
You can summon the Kaiju, but and get it back with Kirin and keep doing that every turn. So that's
So
pretty cool.
it's like a free removal.
That's really annoying, like
Yeah.
to know that that's coming up every turn. Like,
As an opponent, you're really like, nope,
yeah, it's like
it's not fun against
leave it
you.
on my field. I want it.
Yeah, stop interacting with my cards.
Yeah.
All right. So, and how much of an advantage is it to win the first game when you're in the top
I
16?
think it's a really big deal, especially because Stefano won the die roll, and in this matchup that's particularly important. So I think Stefano didn't expect that at all when he saw it was Pendulum. So
So
it
Alexandru
does make the
definitely
difference.
is gonna go first one more time
Yeah.
this match.
Especially because Kozmo is not a deck that wants to go into time, so he wants to make it as fast as possible. Because
Right.
all of his effects pay, like pay 500, pay 500, pay 500.
Yeah.
So
So while it is a deck that can do plenty of damage in no time,
yeah,
you still don't want to go to the timeout procedure. Yeah.
let's see.
As a terraforming.
Twin Twister is there, which is really important. So
So,
Alexandru N is definitely good.
is that Maxi? Is that correct? No.
No, it's Sorcerer, Bumbuku, and Kirin.
Right. So we're gonna have that on the right-hand
Yeah.
side of the screen in just a second. There
Yeah.
you go. Like you said, Sorcerer, Bumbuku, Kirin.
Mhm.
Much Spectres and Perform Pulse. And then Twin Twisters and Terraforming. And I think Ryan doesn't even want to put it down, Terraforming, because he knows that card is going to disappear very soon.
Yeah. Let's see what Stefano has. The pot of the series again. So he has an end that King gets definitely better with it, but just like first game, that's what it's gonna come up to. And that's what he told me before the tournament. I'm gonna play it because it's such good, and I'm gonna take a risk. If it goes well, well, I made it. If
Yeah.
it doesn't, I'm still not gonna regret it because I was playing a good deck. So I can see double Farm Girl removed, which means Stefano will not have access to it anymore.
Mm-hmm. So one card eliminated from his list, basically.
Yeah.
Isn't it harder to play with a deck with Pot of Desires because you very often have to play differently every game because you're removing cards like here the two Farm
is.
Girls?
It definitely is. Basically, you just have to know your deck really well and know like for example, if now Alexandru would draw into the Pot of Desires, you have to think, should I use terraforming first or like risk it?
Yeah.
Of course, if you play a triple copy of a card, you're not gonna do it, but you have to play a little different when you have Desires in your deck. So Stefano draws 3 monsters and shuffle 2 back with the Kozmo Town, and this is gonna be the really important draw, because all he has right now are traps and Destroyer. He wants to see Tinkan. Hopster Goblin.
No tin can, yes.
That's always like...
No tin can, no party.
Yeah.
That's what Umur used to say. Every time he was talking about Kozmo, he's like, no tin can, no party.
Is there Tinkan? Doesn't seem like it. There is.
There it is.
There is.
It was an emergency, and it was teleported right onto the field.
It answered the emergency. And we see plenty of monsters in the deck. He's just gonna miss the farm girl, but that's it. Something actually to interesting is that I used to play also this deck. I played it at Nationals, Kozmo Demise, and something really surprised me is that not many people think that you play like one farm girl or so. So it happened to me that I had some damage, like a Destroyer or Sleep Rider on field. I used Teleport and immediately scooped it up. And I was not even able to summon Farm Girl. And I was like, okay, if you want to.
Yeah, of course.
And so, for example, we could see this here. If he has little, like if he could win the game, Alexandru cannot know that he has 2 Farm Girls.
That's a good point, yeah.
And he has to wait, of course, for that to happen. And let's see.
But you wouldn't shuffle up, right?
I wouldn't. I would never do that.
Always tell your opponent, okay, show me the farm girl.
Show me. I always do that. Like
then we can talk.
I also ask Monarchs to show me the 2 spells. So like.
Yeah. Actually, we had players playing some of these combo decks where you had to go through like a million moves, and they saw the deck, somebody else was playing it, they built it in their free time, and they brought it to the next tournament. And then they won like 2 rounds with the combo, and then the 3rd round, we heard a story that the opponent was paired against him. He starts to do the combo, and then he's like, shall I continue? Because he's just asking hey, we want to save some time. And the opponent is like, yeah, show me. And he couldn't do it because he had never actually resolved the combo. Like he never went like step for step through it. And then the opponent was like, "Okay, I guess I win then." And the player was really surprised himself. He was like, "I guess I should have to put in some more work and prepared for the tournament by actually learning the combo."
Wow, that's
so yeah. Sometimes the weirdest things can happen in these tournaments.
They do. So he gets the Sleep Rider, but. He's not gonna be there soon. He gets the. He prefers to get. I mean, I don't know why he chooses to get the Forerunner, but. It is okay. I mean, so the 6th card is a Unicorn. Now the situation isn't the best. The Twin Twister is the most important card. What if he, for any chance, use it? Randomly, he's gonna get punished because 2 out of 3 back rows are summoning continuous trap cards.
Right.
So.
And when is the correct time to activate it? After you've seen one of the 3 cards?
As we saw last game, you also had to take the decision. I think when you play Pendulum, it's like you have to play a lot of games to actually understand where to do it. So it's more of a feeling. There is not actually a correct one. Because if you do use it now, you have the call. Okay, that's really bad. If I don't use it though, can I Pendulum summon? That if he has a strike, I lost. So it's not actually. I mean, it is more like how much can I wait before I can clear all these back rows. Last game we saw that that's what Alexandru did. He could clear all 3 back rows, so he waited a lot.
Right.
And he kind of get a reward at the end of the game because he won. But in this scenario, I don't think he can force them all.
All right, let's see if he can prove us wrong. What was the craziest deck you've seen this weekend?
I saw a lot of crazy decks, to be honest. I didn't expect them much. Mini Kotzi really surprised me. I saw a duel against Burning Abyss deck where he didn't have anything else than 2 level 4 monsters. No end, nothing else on the field. And his opponent had Maxi, Phantom Knight, Fogblade, Beatrice, a lot of monsters. So he made the Clash Minerva. and actually milled the Wolf, Felice, and another Light Swarm, drew 3 cards, summoned synchro summoned Scarlight Synchro, and basically get rid of all his opponent monsters. That was really, really
Talk about a comeback.
surprising. Yeah.
This is how you go undefeated. But
Yeah, 10-0.
unfortunately,
Unfortunately, though, yeah, of
exactly,
course, he didn't
only
make
in
it.
Swiss. Can't help but feel bad for him.
Yeah, I mean,
He should have just like given his opponent the win in the
Yeah.
last round.
I know what it feels. I did that in Paris back like 1 year ago. So I went 10-0 and then I lost. So that happens. Back
Yeah.
then, maybe I should have also done that.
Yeah. You're just
know.
telling your opponent in the last round, I'm
Yeah.
gonna go on a break.
Yeah, go ahead.
You have some fun. I'm gonna be back. Just make sure they don't drop me.
Exactly.
Gonna eat something, and then I'm gonna tear through the top 32.
You can get first. Go ahead. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm afraid I'm not gonna see you again because
Yeah,
now you are undefeated.
yeah.
So just imagine both players in the last round know this, and then they're both like, "I give
Yeah.
up." No, I give up. I want to give up
Exactly.
first. Right. So Alexandru doesn't have as good an opening as he did in the
No, he
first time.
doesn't definitely, because as I said, he cannot wait. Because now he could, for example, like theoretically add Pendulum Dragon, just summon a few monsters and get the eccentric, but he does not have the time to do that. So he has to try to force his opponent back rows. And we'll see, we'll see. It's definitely an open game. Memoli has good cards, but the Twin Twister is really the card that matters the most now.
Right. It's all about the right timing.
Yeah. Phoenix come down. The Unicorn is gonna come down, yeah. And now let's see. I think Memoli is just gonna wait, so that's correct. And
He's not going to do anything.
no,
He doesn't really have great options here.
no.
Well, he does have the Solar Strike.
I mean, there is really, yeah. That's like why he can wait. Since Kyaris is on the field, he cannot use Sleep Rider anyway, so there is no point using any cards, I think. He's gonna bluff it though, probably. I don't know. Let's see what he does. Yeah, he's gonna bluff, as I said. This is the typical Stefano bluff.
All the time.
Yeah.
Even when he doesn't have anything. But only then it's effective. Like if you only do it when you have something, your opponent will eventually realize, okay.
Yeah, I guess. But there are games in which you cannot know, and he told me quite some stories which, I mean, he didn't have anything and he ended up winning because of that. So, for example, something I did this weekend was I didn't have the good of an hand and I was playing against Pendulums. So I removed the Phantom Knight boost from my deck to search a Fogblade, and I didn't set it. I only set a Solemn Strike to bluff. That was my back row. My opponent Pendulum summoned 5, and I just used the strike. So that was pretty fun. Okay, Stefano plays it well, not using the strike on just one monster. He doesn't really care, so that's not a threat. And now
nothing seems really threatening here.
I
coming
think
from
this
Alexandru.
is, yeah. This is a decision I think Alexandru will regret, setting that Twin Twister. He takes a huge risk because now Stefano can destroy it in the end phase. And that's his most important card. Yeah, I think that's...
Is there a reason for Stefano not to do it, to destroy it in the end phase?
I mean, there is an argument, but I think he's gonna do it for sure. He saw that his opponent didn't have much to do, so one more time. If Desires didn't banish a lot of his targets, he's able, otherwise he's not. So it's just a matter of what he wants to do, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna do it. Yeah. Oh, he destroys Sorcery instead? Okay. So I guess he just wants to go for a game, yeah.
He just ignores the...
Yeah, he ignores the back row completely. He probably knows that those kind of decks are not playing any traps. And that's correct. So he gains 1000, of course, thanks to Forerunner. And...
now he has to assemble a big
Yeah.
field. Does he have what it takes to assemble a big field?
let's say that this is a really weird scenario, because he has another Call of the Hunted, so he technically has what it takes to win. But for this particular scenario, if Alexandru used Twin Twisters on Call of the Hunter and Oasis, we know that Stefano doesn't have Farm Girl.
Right.
So regularly you would just say, okay, I lost, I scoop.
Right.
But this time we can actually see Alexandru use it, hope for the best, and Stefano does not have Farm Girl. So
Unless Alexandru
yeah,
shuffles up before he...
yeah, he could actually do that. So this is interesting. I want to see how it ends up going. Like you would never want to do that. Like you would never want to destroy a destroyer.
Yeah. Stefano really loaded here. Really feels a
Yeah.
bit like he's on control.
He does.
But that can quickly change. We've seen that a couple of times this
Yeah.
weekend.
He throws another monster, which is good. He has the Kozmo Town to get another destroyer.
Don't you do like a million of special summons in Kozmo? So it's the Pot of Duality. It's an interesting choice, it seems.
Yeah, it's like basically what it is that if you can special summon and assemble a good field, you can afford not to use Pot of Duality. But if you don't, you just wanna, as Umut said from you, you can just Tinken and set. So
Right. No tin can. No
he does
party.
play the Twin Twister. He's counting down, but oh, he does play the bet. Huh. And he hits it correctly. So destroyer should be that. Yeah. Let's see. He doesn't have Farm Girl. This is really, I mean, good read by Alexandru, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
He's still in a really uncomfortable position, but still a
He's
good
not
read.
out of the game yet. Yeah.
And he also got lucky by hitting the Call of the Hunter. If he wouldn't have, that would have been game right away. So
Yeah.
now Stefano might just not have it. So does he have a Sleep Rider? Oh, he does. So that's 4, 6, 6. I don't think that's enough. No.
It's a lot, but it's not enough.
No, it's not enough at all. He can go into a Cyber Dragon Infinity, which is a really good play, but it's not enough to win the game. 4, 6, 6, 6, 7, 4. He also played Upster Goblin, so
And then, of course, the question is Alexandru going to find the right card to finally fight out of this lock? Stefano makes it look like he's got a Call of the Haunted. Of course.
yeah.
Would almost be disappointed at this point if he didn't.
Well played by Alexandru. As I said, he did not pick his cards up. Some people may have done that, because if Stefano had a Farm Girl, that would have been over. Because we can see it's just at 1600 left, and
Yeah.
with anything
Any
better,
other
yeah,
attacker almost.
almost game. So yeah, as I said, he would have gone into Infinity. He still has the Solemn Strike, and the other one is a Pot of Duality. Yeah, so it's all about the negation now. So
Get Kirin Pumbuku, Monkey Board,
monkey board and
Pot of
something new.
Desires. Ooh.
Oh, Pot of Desires. Ha, that's a good pickup. I mean, all he needs right now is a way to stop the Solemn Strike. That's the biggest deal. And I think Stefano might acknowledge that and save his Infinity for the reason. Because, for example, you can just use it on good cards like Monkey Board, Pot of Desires, but if the ultimate purpose of those cards is getting you the out for a card, why won't you wait for the actual card to come down?
All right, so the Cyber Dragon Infinity
Yeah.
on the field, ready to negate something. Such a good card, really.
Yeah. I mean, we don't see it as often as before since Tellarknight Ptolemaeus is no longer a thing, but
Yep.
it is definitely one of the most powerful XYZ ever created.
Yes, without a doubt. That was one of those few sets where everybody agreed what was the best card in the set.
That was one of the probably best sets in history, to be honest, compared to Dragon Ruler, maybe one of the most important sets in history of the game.
What do you think with the current release? What's the best card there? Is it Pot of Desires?
Yeah, probably
So
it is.
it's the most universally.
I mean, it's the most, yeah, what actually changed the deck. It can do a lot. I like other cards, like Cosmic Cyclone is really cool. I think it's the first card in history to compete with Mystical Space
Mm.
Typhoon on a, probably win actually, so I think it is better, so. But there are a lot of interesting cards in the set, and especially after the new Forbidden List will come down, I wanna test something new and see what it goes.
It feels a bit like both of these players are taking their time every now and again.
Yeah.
Which is not all that surprising, of course. It's the top 16. There is the next win is kind of make or break.
Yeah,
Because we
definitely.
always have the top 8 written profiles in the coverage. So when you're
Yeah,
six,
it is.
when you get kicked out of in ninth place and so on, then nobody sees your top 8 profile. So they're
Yeah.
always like, "How did you do? I don't know." And
Yeah,
you were like,
of course.
"I was 10th."
So let's see. If he decides to, yeah, he decides to hold back into the pot of desires, and probably Stefano, by not using the Solemn Strike last turn, had a really good bluff. We can see it. Yeah, Solemn Strike is gonna come down, and
Yeah, he doesn't mind the 3,000 life points when he's
definitely.
so far ahead.
Yeah, this is one of the examples. I'm pretty sure he just bluffed really well last turn, and now Pendulum 4. Yeah, this is really bad. He's gonna negate the pot of desires, I think. 100% sure. And if he does, oh, he doesn't. Hmm.
Hmm. Checks quickly if there's something that he needs.
Oh, double unicorn. So if he gets rid of the last unicorn, there are no more scale 8. I saw that he also banished the new dice card, which is a scale 8, of course. So
And when you're playing the deck, are you aware of that immediately when you would have been looking over those cards that got banished when you got knocked out
yeah,
of the tournament? And when you still played in the tournament, sorry? Oh,
yeah,
so much for
yeah.
that.
This is, yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, he just draws 2 more spell and trap destroy, also MST and
Right.
Twister.
So Stefano Memoli prevails in the second game. It's
Yeah.
now 1-1 between Italy and Romania. And isn't Alexandru then one of the most successful Romanian players?
Yeah, he is. The community isn't the largest, of course. I know a friend of mine which is Italian, and he actually went last year to their nationals to compete in. There were about 23 players, something like
All
this.
right, yeah.
But there is quite a few actually which go and travel around. So, but yeah, definitely Alexandro is probably the most successful one from what I know.
Right.
So now a few more changes are gonna happen in their decks. I think Alexandru is now gonna focus more on his opening than rather disrupting his opponent plays.
Right.
So he's gonna definitely focus on the consistency. And
What cards are going to come out of the deck again?
I think all those, like for example, Typhoon, and I'm pretty sure he's not gonna play triple Mystical Space Typhoon, double Typhoon, the trap
Yeah,
card,
yeah.
and the Twin Twisters. So definitely not gonna
It's
happen. And especially the Kaiju, as I was saying, I saw he sided in the last game. He's not gonna side the Kaijus in. Yeah.
so quite a few options for him. What about Stefano Memoli? What would he be changing?
Stefano is. I don't think he was playing the old copies of Drowning when he goes first. That's what he told me, and I expect them to come down now. Because of course, if Pendulum goes first, they want to make a board. You just set Drowning, make a set face, and flip the Drowning. So
Make a sad face.
yeah,
It's the most important part about that whole
yeah,
thing.
exactly. That's the.
That you make a sad face. All right, guys. It's 1-1, and it's going to be another top 8 for either Stefano Memoli or Alexandru Neag. Did Alexandru ever achieve a top 8 before in one of the European events?
From what I know, not actually. It was quite close there before, but
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Okay, I'm just going to try and find out. Because we got all the data up until Prague. Because
Thinking about it, but yeah.
it didn't enter Berlin yet. And I can't find him. No.
No. I'm pretty sure he just topped a few events, but he never really got that far.
Right. No.
Well, Stefano has plenty of
Yeah,
it.
he's got a couple.
Yeah.
You can see.
So, let's see what they start with. Oh, okay. They just have to wait a little bit more.
It was actually in 2010 that he was in the semifinals.
Okay, that's a really good end by Alexandru. He has Abductor and Terraforming, which is already a good combo. He's basically search any Pendulum card you have in your deck. And he also has Monkey Board.
Ryan is doing some stretching. It's like, yeah, I'm already done. You can start playing. It's fine.
Yeah.
So there we go with Abductor Terraforming.
Yeah.
Just saw Stefano was also finalist at YCS Bochum 2013. He won the European Championship
He
in
won in
2012.
2012.
And he was a semi-finalist in 2010.
Yeah.
So
He also got...
that means he went to Worlds twice.
Yeah, he did.
Of course he did. Right. That's one of your goals as a player, right? That
Yeah, that's my biggest goal.
Okay,
so
you want to go to Worlds.
that's all I want to do, to be honest.
Okay. All right, so the Abductor goes up to 2.
Yeah, no surprise, he's gonna use it, and as I said, he's just gonna make his board. He has access to whatever he wants: eccentric, Kirin, sorcerer. So he just gotta choose. Something that is surprising though is that he destroyed the raccoon, the Bumbuku, because he could have destroyed another Pendulum card and then used Monkey Board. Let's see if he, I mean, he was sure about that or was just too quick. I don't know.
Well, you think that he missed the option, or?
I mean, not necessarily, but like he's just gonna hold into the Monkey Board. With this play, he cannot play the Monkey Board anymore. So, I mean, it's okay. You can keep it from later.
For
You
later,
don't
yeah.
need to use it, of course, but
It's an interesting choice.
it's always an option. Yeah.
Definitely an interesting choice.
Also, because I mean, not in this matchup, it doesn't really matter. But in other matchups, this opening is really cool because you can play this free spells, search whatever you need. Iris destroys Abductor, and when you Pendulum summon it with Sorcerer, you have the on-field effect of Abductor, so you can search out Effect Veiler. But of course, Effect Veiler is not really good against Kozmo, and he sided it out.
Right. Do we see anything from his side deck already? No, not really.
No, we didn't really saw anything. As I said, when he goes first, you just want to focus on your board.
Yep. Okay. Stefano, on the other hand, he does have a
He does have a
flexible hand again.
yeah.
Can do things.
It's again most likely on the card of Demise, because basically the thing is, they are into time actually, so
Yeah, that's
time is cold. That makes a huge difference because in top card you only get to play 4 rounds. So
Yeah.
The Solemn Strike is not really.
a really bad card all
Yeah.
of a sudden. But they should have been aware of going
Yeah.
to time. Then he should have sided it out, shouldn't he?
I mean, it's not so well. Triple? No, not Chew Kozmo Town. It's like not really that simple because against Pendulum, it's actually quite good. So you can just afford to pay 1,500 life points if you're gonna win next turn. So something really awkward though is Card of Demise as well, because when you use it, you're not gonna be able to do damage. So
Yeah.
Stefano has to play it well.
That's one way to put it, yeah.
Yeah. So, no Pot of Desires, he chooses Kozmo Town. I also agree with the decision. He shuffles back. So, something I was saying is that Kirin usually is not good against Kozmo, but if you're playing Demise, it actually turns into a good card because you are actually only able to do a normal summon and you need the Demise and stuff. And Kirin can just bounce back and negate your normal summon, so you're not able to chain it anymore. Let's see.
All right, so Stefano really needs those draws.
He needs the droning. That's what he needs. Yeah.
Cosmojo, Solemn Strike, Card of Demise. Like, these three cards are not the MVPs in the timeout procedure.
Definitely.
Did find the tin can. It's also,
Yeah.
it's not bad card, of course, but it costs life
Yeah.
points.
And as I said, yeah, Kirin can just put it back in the end where it was, and suddenly Stefano is not that happy. Something, yeah, that's a good play by Stefano. He's gonna force it and play Demise now.
Mm-hmm.
So he decided to first end the turn and save Demise because he can just use it now. So well done. Oh, he sets all of them. So 5 backers.
Not bad. But 2 copies of Cosmojo now.
Yeah.
Cosmotown, Tin Can Strike, and 2. Oh,
Oh,
actually
he
drowning!
did it.
Oh my god, he did it! He did. Wow. Heart of the cards.
That's
With the former European champion, did find the drowning mirror.
yeah.
That card is going to play a pretty
Also,
big
because
role.
now is the last turn for Alexandru to deal damage.
Yeah.
So
Everything was going for Stefano in
yeah.
a way because he couldn't pay life points for the tin
Yeah.
can. Now all of a sudden it looks like there's a big opening for
Yeah.
Alexandru. What do you think when there are 5 face down cards? Do you just expect half of them to be bluffs?
I don't think you. I mean, it's like if at this point, if he has like Solemn Strike, you're actually fine with it because he's like you're paying. So if you're paying, I have some walls. That's not a big deal, but you're not expecting the drowning. So I think at this point, if Alexandro by any chance knew that Stefano is playing that card, then he's gonna be more careful about it. Otherwise, there is no reason not to just jump into his opponent life points.
Let's head first
Yeah,
into it.
and here it is. Yeah,
Drowning Mirror Force. This card can make all the difference now.
yeah. Yeah, that's another card which is new, completely new. It's a Pendulum odd dice card, scale 8, so... So I don't see Stefano in a really, really good position, because even though if he does use the drowning in an effective way, he doesn't have at the moment any way to deal damage. So that's what he needs, and there are not many cards that can do that. Dice Fusion is a really good pickup. He can negate the drowning, so...
Yeah, that's a hand for Alexandru.
Yeah.
Looks pretty good.
What I think will happen is that Alexandru is gonna play the spell and summon the Vortex Dragon. And probably what's gonna happen, a Drowning Mirror Force, Chain Dragon, Chain Strike to negate the dragon.
Right.
And then Memoli has to deal the 1500. That's what he needs to do.
Right. Let's see if it's gonna unfold that way. Luke's fortune teller skills this weekend have been quite reliable, to be honest. So some tough competition right there for you.
Okay, okay. Let's see. Step 1, yes. He's thinking about it. If he's thinking about it, then he knows about drowning, yeah. No doubts anymore. He knows that Stefano is playing it.
Oh, okay. So he's playing around the card.
Yeah.
Suddenly, that's definitely bad news for Stefano.
Yeah. But that's still not against my prediction. That's the killing skill can happen. He's just gonna attack, use the dragon, and maybe it just keeps the Kirin also. That's what he would do, yeah. So it doesn't look good for Stefano.
Yeah, it's a really good position for Alexandru to be in.
Mm-hmm. All the Stefano needed was basically a Kozmo monster, like Destroyer or Forerunner, to be discarded in the end phase, and then Call of the Hunter. But since he didn't see neither of those cards, he's not in a good position. So yeah, battle phase. Let's see. Drowning. Or is he still main phase? No, I think it's battle phase.
Now we got this interesting
What's
back
that?
and forth of hands.
I don't know. Okay. But didn't he use it? No, it's sorcerer. Yeah, okay, that's what it is. I thought he was attacking with sorcerer. That's why I didn't get. Yeah, that doesn't change much.
Yeah, the hand just keeps getting better.
Yeah.
Although right now it's all about the field, really.
Yeah, I don't
You
know.
don't mind if you're out of cards if you win that turn.
Yeah, exactly. I don't expect him to go into the. I mean, he can go if in defense position, but like, what does he really have? Dweller? I don't like any of the options.
What are the main differences of playing around the Drowning Mirror Force or not? You play less cards in attack position, I guess.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it, right?
So yeah, pretty much. There is not much to do. I think he's overplaying around at this point.
Okay.
Because like he already has Kirin, he already has a Vortex. Like I think that's kind of too much because his opponent can have like Oasis or Teleport or cards like that to still protect him if he only attacking with one monster. He does have Kirin, okay, but
Yeah.
that's not really good.
All right. So, like you say, maybe too much playing around that card. And in a way, he's going to get punished for it, isn't he?
Yeah, as said before, Stefano still needs to deal damage. So 1500 now is though the same amount, so he can even think about not using drowning anymore. But it doesn't really change. He's probably gonna use it. But I mean, it doesn't make a difference. I think he has to use it because whatever saves him are just spells, and right now he couldn't be able to use it because he has 5.
It looks like they are writing down the damage.
Mhm.
Yeah, no response. Main
Yeah.
phase 2. So he did take the damage.
Yeah. Mm.
Interesting.
As I said, 1500 is equal to the strike, but I don't agree that much with it because, as I said, he has 5 taken slots,
Yeah.
so he cannot play anything else.
Now, what is a card that would help Stefano get out of this?
Good question, but the only one I could think of was Pot of Desires and into something really good, like I don't know, Farm Girl, Destroyer, something like this. So, but he has 5 slots, so he cannot
Yeah.
use it anymore. He doesn't have the hope.
Interesting. Well, maybe he's going to surprise us.
Yeah.
In any case, that's going to be the last turn of this match, isn't it?
It is.
Stefano, yeah,
Handshake.
it's the emergency teleport, which
Yeah.
is not much use, like you said, when you have.
Yeah, when you have 5 slots,
5
you cannot
slots
really
taken.
use anything else.
All right. Alexandru Neag from Romania advances to the top 8.
Yeah.
Indeed, not just the top 16. But Stefano is a very fair loser there.
Yeah,
he tried
he
everything.
always is. He's used to it, so he's gonna take it.
Seriously, yeah, I mean, if you've been playing for such a long time, you are going to lose every now and then.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're going to be right back with our post-game analysis.